Rihanna and Drake were once one of the most talked about pairs in the music industry, sparking endless headlines, fan theories, and rumors every time they were spotted together. Their chemistry was undeniable, both on stage and off. Whether they were performing side by side or appearing in music videos that blurred the line between fiction and reality, fans were convinced they were destined to become a power couple. But despite the obvious spark in their shared history, things never quite worked out. And the real reason why is more layered than most people realize. Their story began with music. Drake was an up-and-coming artist when he first met Rihanna, who was already a global superstar. They collaborated early in his career, and it didn't take long before rumors of a romantic connection started to swirl. He was open about his feelings, even calling her the woman of his dreams. Rihanna, on the other hand, was more guarded. She had just come out of a very public and painful relationship and was cautious about diving into another one, especially in the spotlight. As the years went by, their interactions kept fans guessing. Sometimes they looked inseparable. Other times, they seemed distant. Drake famously professed his love for Rihanna on national television during the MTV Video Music Awards. And while the world saw it as a romantic gesture, those close to her knew she didn't entirely appreciate the attention. Rihanna was always fiercely private about her personal life, and she didn't like the idea of being put on display, even by someone she cared about. Their personalities also clashed in subtle but important ways. Drake wore his heart on his sleeve. He was emotional, expressive, and ready to settle down. Rihanna was independent, focused on her career, and not ready to be anyone's idea of fairy tale. She once said in an interview that she wasn't interested in trying to build a relationship at a time when she was still trying to understand herself. She admired Drake, respected him, but didn't want to be defined by a relationship, especially not one so heavily scrutinized by the public. Timing was another issue. Their lives moved in different directions. Drake was constantly touring, working on albums, and dealing with his own personal challenges. Rihanna was building a beauty empire, making movies, and evolving as an artist and businesswoman. They never seemed to be on the same page at the same time. Even when they reconnected, the flame would quickly fizzle out, not because the feelings weren't there, but because the timing never was. Over time, their bond shifted. The intensity faded, replaced by mutual respect and quiet distance. There was no explosive breakup, no dramatic scandal. Just two people with different priorities, different paths, and different ideas of what love should look like. Rihanna moved on with other relationships, eventually starting a family, while Drake continued his journey through fame and fatherhood. The real reason Rihanna and Drake never worked out isn't something that could be summed up in a single moment. It's a mix of emotion, timing, independence, and fame. They cared for each other, no doubt. But sometimes, even the most magnetic connections aren't meant to last. And in Hollywood, where love lives under a microscope, walking away quietly is sometimes the boldest move of all.